the world of wireless audio is vastly different than when I first started getting into content creation and videography and all that sort of stuff. You didn't even have wireless mics really. You just had those little shotgun mics, and that was what you were rocking for all your audio. And then of course, you know, you had expensive wireless audio setups, but it's improved quite a bit, I will say. At least for the average consumer, it's gotten quite a bit better. Granted, they're still a little pricey, but as far as the technology goes and how you use them, it's a lot easier than messing with some of the older systems that have been around for a while. One of the most recent systems that's actually been out for a little bit now is the Rode Wireless Pros. The Rode Wireless 2s were super popular, and even the ones before that were extremely popular in the world of wireless audio. Pretty much every single content creator you could think of was probably using those for a while. I've had a chance to use the Wireless 2s, and as good as they were, like I said, there was a lot of room for improvement, and the improvements that Rode has made with the Wireless Pros are very welcome. That being said, this video is a rough review of the Wireless Pros and my experience with them. But I do want to go into the main features that the average consumer and the average content creator can expect when getting these things, and the features that should matter if that's you. First off, an absolute huge thank you to Rode for reaching out to me and sending me these Wireless Pros for me to make this video on. They were actually the very first company that reached out to me and wanted to send me their product in exchange for a video. And to me, that's really cool because Rode is a fairly big company. I've known about them for my entire content creation career. And so just for a company like that to reach out to a level of creator like me, you know, a small sub 1,000 subscriber creator. So huge kudos to Rode. You know, they were already super cool in my book, and now they hold a very special place in my heart for being that first company that's ever reached out to me for some kind of product deal like this. They actually sent me this unit back at the start of July. I've really wanted to make sure I had tested these things, and I had a lot of work and a lot of projects lined up where I would be able to test these things. So apologies, Rode, for getting this thing out late, but I do have a very good grip on what these things are capable of. So everything that I say is coming from a place of experience and not just, you know, a week's worth of tinkering around with it. On that same topic, I did let Rode know that I'm gonna be honest in my review. You know, no money was exchanged. They gave me a free product. Whatever it does well, does well. Whatever it doesn't do well, doesn't do well. But with all that aside, let's jump into the specs and the stats of these things and see what all Rode has punched in here. The key features that are included in the Wireless Pros, let's get into it. You get a dual channel compact wireless microphone system with these things, meaning you can record on both channels with both mics all at once. Rode's state-of-the-art Series 4 2.4 GHz digital transmission with 128-bit encryption for crystal clear, incredibly stable audio with a range of up to 260 meters or 850 feet. Universal compatibility with cameras, smartphones, and computers. 32-bit float onboard recording for recovering clipped or quiet audio files. Timecode capabilities for quick and easy audio sync in post-production. Quick and easy might be a little bit of an exaggeration. I'll get a little bit into timecode further in the video. Intelligent gain assist technology, flexible output gain control, and safety channel for ensuring pristine audio when recording direct to camera. 32 gigabytes of internal memory per transmitter for over 40 hours of onboard recording time. A locking 3.5mm TRS connector for complete security when using your lav mics. Headphone monitoring with onboard level control. Plug-in power detect for extended battery life. Compatible with all Rode Series 4 devices, including the Wireless Me, Wireless Go 2s, Rodecaster Duo, the Rodecaster Pro 2, and Streamer X. And easy configuration on a computer or smartphone via the Rode Central app. Upon opening your package, this is what you can expect inside. One receiver. You get 2 transmitters, or 2 mics. 3 windshields you can throw on the end of your mics. 2 magnetic clips. 1 charging case. 1 accessory case. 1 Type-C to the lightning cable, 2 Type-C to Type-C cables, your 3.5mm audio cable, and 2 lavalier mics. Okay, so let's talk design. These things basically adopt the same design that Rode has used for their wireless mics, going back to the Wireless 2 Go's and all that. It's basically the same boxy design, which I don't necessarily mind. I wouldn't mind them adopting a more vertical stance like the DJI mics do, just because the square mic can be a little awkward well, depending on what you're doing. You know, if you're gonna have it mounted up here, like with the mic, the magnet, or just the clip, it's just kind of a giant square on your shirt, which, you know, the DJI mics still stand out, but for some reason, to me, in my opinion, the vertical just looks a little bit better. It's not gonna be a huge deal if you put it under the shirt, It just kind of depends on what you're doing. But if you're going to use these with your lavalier mics, you know, that's not a huge deal at all, because you can just kind of clip it on the back pant line or in a pocket or something and just run your mic up. So not a huge deal. I'm just more of a fan of the vertical footprint of the DJI mics. These, I will say, aren't as thick as the DJI mics, so they're actually thinner this way than the DJI mics, just because they're a little bit fatter. So both designs have things that they can improve on, not a huge deal. The one thing I will say I wish they would have done is just made the clip magnetic. Again, not a huge deal, because once you throw it on, you kind of just forget about it, and it, you know, it's there and you don't have to worry about it. But just, you know, why not make the clip metal in the first place, or magnetic? It just kind of seems like it was an afterthought. Now, the charging case I've actually been pleasantly surprised with. It's one of those things where I really praise the DJI mics, because I love that AirPod style case. These adopt the same thing, where you plug it in and, you know, the charging case charges it. You just plug them into the Type-C port that's sticking straight up, and that's how you charge it, which that's fine. I prefer the magnets, just because it seems like it might be a little bit easier to break as opposed to just having magnetic contacts, but it's not that big of a deal. They sit pretty sturdy in the case. The overall material of the case is not bad at all. It's actually a lot more durable than I thought. I thought it wasn't going to be near as durable as the DJI mics, because it's just full on metal, but this one has kind of a rubbery, like, exterior layer on it, and it's not that bad. I actually do like the feel of it quite a bit. The charging case specifically is pretty durable and has some weight to it. The accessory case, not so much. It's a lot lighter, but just because you've got that battery or whatever in the charging case, it actually feels pretty good in the hand. And you know, they've taken a few spills out of my bag before, and the case is perfectly fine, and the mics are unaffected. So I think overall I do like the design of the DJI mic case better, like the actual charging case, and just overall the whole packaging, because with the DJI mics you have the little zipper case that you can put the charging case in, and then it's all right there, to whereas these are two separate cases by themselves. Now, they actually take up less space than the DJI mics in total, but you've got two separate cases, which I don't know what I prefer. I think I do still prefer the DJI mics case, just having it all in one and having it be a little bit bigger than just the two separate ones, but this one still works, and I haven't really found myself being affected with it being two separate cases as opposed to one. So it's just little nitpicky things here and there. I think overall, design-wise of these things, and just the packaging, the case, everything, I think I've got to give it to the DJI mics still, just because that is so seamless, and it works. Not saying that this isn't seamless, it's just a little bit more clunky than what DJI has with theirs. Going back when I first touched on Timecode and why I said that the ease of use might be a little bit deceptive, it seems to be, at least from the videos and other things that I've read and watched, it seems to be a little bit complex to set up and easy to mess up. So that's the one reason why I probably will never use it. It seems like it's mainly used on bigger productions and bigger teams and a lot more pieces of equipment, you know, when you have to sync so many different cameras and other things. It seems like it'd be super helpful for that. With the proper knowledge of how to set it up and how to maintain it all. So, because, you know, the frame rates have to be dialed in, at least to my knowledge. So if one camera or one frame rate's off, then it sets a whole mess up, and that's at least what I've heard. So super useful if you know how to use it, and if you're the size of team that needs it. But I personally, there's tons of ways to sync audio that are a lot easier, and that's probably what I'm going to stick with. One of the main reasons you'd be getting wireless mics in the first place for is the audio quality that you get from the mics. I've been using them for this entire video, so you've already gotten a decent idea of what they sound like. But let's go ahead and push their limits out in the field test and see what these things can do. All right, so here we are. We are out on the field test portion of this video, and I've got my Wireless Pro in my hand right here, and I'm just gonna do a handful of various tests. I'm going to do mainly a distance test. I'm going to go behind some trees, see kind of what the transmission's like, see how it cuts out. And I'll also be recording the internal 32-bit float audio as well. And for starters, I'm just going to hold the mic in my hand. As I walk around, I'm going to kind of put it under my shirt just so you can hear how that sounds as well. And also I'm going to use the included, at least in this package, the included lav mics as well, just so you can hear the difference. But anyways, let's get walking and let's see how these things do. So here we are about, I don't know, I want to say around maybe 50 yards or so. This is me just in the middle of this field here. No idea if it's still recording or not. I've got the internal audio recording, if not, but this is, yeah, I want to say, yeah, 45, 50 yards, somewhere around there. And here I am in some trees. I don't know if I'm actually like in the shot still. I should be. Okay, and here we are about maybe 85, 90 yards, maybe a full football field. I'm not sure, but I've got the mic strapped to my shirt with the magnet now. I'm not holding it, so I've got both my hands free. So you can kind of just hear the difference as far as the overall tone goes. We are probably like 200 yards, 250 yards away. I doubt that it's still connected, if I'm being honest. Although it's a straight shot to the receiver, so we'll see. I might still be transmitting, but regardless, I've got my backup going with the internal recording. So yeah, we'll see if it can reach out here. Can you guys guess which tree I'm behind? Haha. Did you get it right? Okay, but there's the distance test. I have no idea. I went all the way out to that farthest tree way out there. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to zoom in on that. No idea if it stayed connected or not. It was a straight shot with no interference, so possibly. And then I went behind a few trees just to see if it stayed connected. So we'll have to see what that sounds like. Anyways, here is the difference between a few different ways that you can mount this thing up. Here's just handheld, and then here's just clipped to the collar of my shirt, not necessarily hiding the mic. Here it is hidden under my shirt, just using the magnet. Taking a few steps forward just so you can kind of get the idea of what it sounds like while I'm moving, mounted like this. Ideally, you probably don't have the wind guard on when you do this. I mean, I guess you can for just extra coverage, but probably take that off if you've got it under your shirt. Here it is without the wind guard handheld. And here's the included lav mic. Ideally, you run this under the shirt or behind or whatever. Didn't feel like doing that though. Ideally, this is probably the cleanest way that you can get audio. I know they make the little mic holders for these as well, so depending on what you like, you can use that, or you can just hold it like this. In my experience, this gives you the cleanest audio though. The lav mics do have tendency to cut out. On a few shoots that I've been on, they add a little bit of a like static sound, or they just cut out a little bit. So be wary of that. You might want to just get some extra lav mics or some aftermarket ones, just so you don't have to deal with that. Anyways, that is the field test for the Wireless Pros, guys. Hopefully they held up at the distances that I tried them at, and hopefully they didn't get too disconnected when I was behind some trees. But anyways, I'm gonna head back to the house and we can wrap this video up. Compared to the DJI Mic 2s, that's just what I'm comparing these things to, because that's my other set of mics. These kind of blow them out of the water, in my opinion. Going back to this comment left on my DJI Mic 2 video, I've got to agree with him. I think these sound a lot fuller and overall a lot better. There is a compressed sound to the DJI mics, and that's where I think the DJI mics could improve a lot, is their actual sound quality overall, especially the noise cancellation. So there's no noise cancellation features on these, like I said. But to me, that didn't really matter because I don't even really use the noise cancellation. It just sounds too compressed to me and sounds too artificially manipulated. So that wasn't a huge deal. But overall, even without the noise cancellation on the DJI mics, they just had a bit of a compressed, almost tinny sound to them. To me, you get a much richer, much fuller, more complete sound out of the Rode Wireless Pros by quite a bit. Maybe eventually I'll do like an actual comparison video, but for the sake of just comparison in this little review, the Wireless Pros take the audio quality segment and it's not even close. So you might be watching this video just for information on the Wireless Pros, or you might also be watching it comparing the DJI Mic 2s versus the Wireless Pros. In that case, to me, if you are mainly looking for like ease of use, simplicity, and just kind of an overall streamlined workflow, the DJI Mic 2s are probably your best bet. If you are looking strictly for audio performance and getting the best quality out of a wireless mic at this level, the Wireless Pros take the cake. No questions asked. So it all just depends on what means more to you. Each one has their pros and cons, and each one I can see having a use case. For me specifically, I switched to the Wireless Pros ever since I got them from Rode, and I haven't really looked back. I haven't touched my DJI Mic 2s ever since I got them, just because to me that's the biggest thing that matters when it comes to wireless mics. So that's why the Wireless Pros are king in my book. But that's it, guys. That is it for this video. That's the general overview and review, like I said, general review of the Wireless Pros, and a little bit of a comparison to the DJI Mic 2s as well. A huge thank you to Rode again for sending me these Wireless Pros and reaching out to me and wanting to collaborate with me as a creator. Like I said, as a very small creator, getting reached out to by a company that's as well known as them, as big of a name as them, just means a lot and is so cool. So if you guys have supported Rode in the past like me, and you're a small creator yourself, just know that they're looking to collaborate with us as well. That being said, guys, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like down below, as well as subscribe if you enjoy this content in general. If you guys want to help support the channel, I've got a bunch of affiliate links in my description to all the tech that I use and all my equipment. But that's enough consuming content, guys. Get out there, get you some mics, make some content yourself. I'll see you all in the next video.